Welcome back, everyone. This is Jaronitis, bringing you episode 18 of Feed the Beast Unleashed. Today we're going to cover a couple of things. In between episodes, I moved the power generator down here to keep the power generated for the ME system. I want to keep this online frequently, so we're going to keep this on. Now, I should be generating more power than I'm taking. But unfortunately, this is going to be a little bit too unstable if I want to leave anything running. So, as you see here, I've got basically the same thing as I have running before, only I'm not killing any wither skeletons at the moment. Basically what I did was I just took this chest, and I had it start pulling coal from the chest, passing it past the engines, and then going right back into the exact same chest. So this will just continuously run in a loop until finally it uses all of this coal. Now that'll take a long time, but I really don't want to have to continue to fill this chest with coal. And I probably actually could, but if I were to actually tell it to stay, I mean, I could tell the ME system to constantly keep it full of coal. The problem with that is, once it's being filled with coal and there's coal traveling through here, when the coal reaches the other side, it can't go in there because there wouldn't be any space for it. So it would wind up flying out on the ground. So that's a little less than useful. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try and cover a new source of power. We're going to make steam. So I've got these two sections here laid out for solid fueled boilers. Solid fueled boilers are basically going to be a hot water heater, essentially, that is going to run on solid fuel. Now I should be able to have it run on coal, and it's going to burn the coal to heat up water, and then that water is going to turn into steam, and then we will use the steam to create power. Now, we won't have enough time for in one episode to actually get the full power source going, but we're going to get the basis of it started, and then next episode we'll be able to hook everything else up and actually get power generation out of it. So, also in between episodes, I went ahead and added a couple of patterns to the assembly setup. We got solid fuel boiler, which requires bricks, fire charge, and a furnace. There's the furnace, there's the fire charge. The fire charge required the blaze powder, and then here's the high pressure boiler tank, and that hopefully we will have enough steel plates to be able to work with. We have 56 steel plates, and we're going to need 36 pieces. Yeah, we may not have enough. Okay, well, in that case, what I should probably do right now, before we get too far ahead, is to take this steel, and we're going to, let's see. Oh, what was that machine called? It was a rolling machine. Alright, so we're going to use this rolling machine to make some more steel plates. I need to hook it to power somewhere, and this seems like a good place as any. Well, no, because that's going to be taking it out of it. Alright, we're going to have to go underground and cheat this in for the moment. That keeps it full, that's great. Alright, so now this will go ahead and make us some more steel plates while we're doing other stuff. This is my ground in between areas. As you can see, I've moved a couple things over from the other place. I've got the grinders here. I've got power supply for the grinders, and we'll get into that here in just a minute. I actually ran into one heck of a problem and basically crashed everything, but I'll explain that here shortly. In the meantime, what we're going to do now is we're going to make a solid fuel boiler. Now, you can do it with 1x1, 2x2, or 3x3 as it shows here. I actually want to make 2 3x3s to make sure we get plenty of steam going, and since I won't have any reason not to. So we're going to do 3x3. That means we're going to need 9 per, so 18 total. Now the question is, do I actually have any brick? That is one thing I did not check on. I don't have any brick. I have brick blocks, but no bricks. Okay, so we are going to need clay, which I have plenty of, thankfully. And we're going to need to cook it. But unfortunately, I don't have time to cook a whole lot right now, so we're going to do this a different way. We're going to show you instant cooking with a minium stone. So, we're going to go here. We're going to put the minium stone here, coal here, and then clay in the other slots. And that gets, ching, instant bricks. Isn't that handy? Okay, that's enough. So I can actually teach this recipe to the system so that I can make bricks anytime I want to, but chances are I'm not going to need that many more bricks for a little while. But, you know, it's not a bad idea if you run into something that you haven't taught the system to make, to teach it to make it. Can save you a lot of time and effort later on down the road. So now the question is, can I teach it how to make minium stones? That's right, I sure can. And then we're going to also teach it how to make the inert stone. See, auto crafting makes everything easier. Now I can tell it to make as many bricks as I want, anytime I want, and it will function. So now I want to tell it that I want 18 of these. So now it says it's making the furnaces, then combining them in, and therefore it's making those. Okay, so that's handy because it's making its own stuff, and you can actually watch my cobblestone dropping as it's making those, although it's probably done now. Alright, so now we have 18 solid fuels fire blocks. So we can go ahead and lay these down as the base. Alrighty, so now we need a couple other things, actually. Something I actually didn't remember that we were going to need. But actually, before I get into this, let's pop back downstairs. Little lag spike. Now, here we are. I have to make an official way to get in and out from right there, but for right now, we need to throw these plates in here, and we are going to look for, I taught it to make high pressure boiler tanks. So, these are going to be 3x4x3, so it's going to be 36 per, so 36 and 36 is 72. And begin. So the question is, do we have enough steel plates? We probably don't quite. Yep, needs more steel plates. As expected, so hopefully these will have made a couple more and I'll be able to run down here and grab them. Oh yeah, 44 more steel plates, that's definitely going to be enough. So we plop those in there, and now it instantly says, oh wait, we don't need those anymore. We don't need to craft them, we've already got them. So now we have 72 high-pressure boiler tanks. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and lay these out. Oops. Wow, I don't seem to be doing that very good tonight. This is another multi-block thing. Machine. I don't know if I want to call it a machine. Machines don't quite encompass boilers, but anyway, when you complete it, it combines, and now we have this interface that we can use. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and build the second one real quick. Alrighty, so now we're going to need to supply these with coal, and we're going to need to supply them with water. Now, the water is what I actually did not make up for. We're going to need to make some aqueous accumulators, which I'm now going to teach the system how to make. Okay, so I know it knows how to make the aqueous accumulator. We should have the tin, the glass. I'm going to teach it how to make a bucket. I know it doesn't seem like such a thing that you need to teach it, but it saves you from having to take extra steps later on. So now, we should have, well, I guess I should learn how to do the machine block. Alrighty, so now we can toss these in here. And now we should be able to say, hey, give me some aqueous accumulators. You know what, make 10 of them. Just for good measure. I only actually need 2 at the moment. But I will use these. I use a lot of them, and chances are I'll come back and have these be necessary to have again. So we're also going to need some gold waterproof pipe, which I have plenty of. We're also going to need several buckets of water. Oh, that's kind of funny. I'm actually going to need 4, and I only have 3. But I can always make myself some more. And, of course, we're going to need some cobblestone, which we already have. So now we can pop down here. Wait a minute. Do this the easy way. Drop down. Okay. This is not connected somehow. Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now. So, yeah, that's fine. I can still work with this just great. That should be... Yep, okay. So now we're going to place the aqueous accumulator here. Oh, now I find the outside. Oh, perfectly in the way. That's okay, I can do it like this instead. Alright, so now this is filling up. And then we can put this to here. As you can see, there's now water flowing up. And if I can catch this just right, we are now filling the steam boiler. Okay, so that's one. And that's this one. So now we need to do it again for this one over here. And I need one more bucket of water. And I still haven't made my infinite water source in the house. How silly is that? Alright, so that puts both of those to working, and it gets them started filling with water. Alright, so the next thing we're going to have to give it is coal. So I can just put coal in it like this. And look, it starts working. And wow, it burns through coal fast. Why is it burning so fast? Wow, that is actually incredibly fast. Okay, well, that's fine. I can still work with this. For now, let's go ahead and put some extra coal in the waiting slots. That way it can go ahead and keep burning while I get it ready. Since I really wasn't prepared for it to burn through that fast. It's actually supposed to burn through a lot slower than that, but apparently it's going to just eat through this stuff while it's heating up. The hotter it gets, the slower it will burn through it. And so, you know, we're warming up very, very, very slowly. Anyway, so let's see. What do we need to do now? We need to supply coal to this thing constantly. So what we want to do is I'm going to need some cable. I don't think 20 is going to quite cut it, so let's make an extra 64. God knows we're going to use it. Okay, the other thing we're going to need is we're going to need a export bus. We're actually going to need 2. Do I have the stuff needed to make these? Making fluix dust. Okay, why isn't it showing me what materials it's missing? Import bus. Export bus. Ah, because I took all the cable out. Okay. So let's put some of this cable back. And let's try this again. We're going to do 2 basic export buses. And it made 1. Which means, what are we short on again? Okay, so it needs more fluix dust, which, I didn't teach it how to make fluix dust. That explains a good bit. Haha! Okay, well, that's a bit better. Alright, take the basics out, make them into precisions. Alrighty, so now, hopefully I can get this to work real quick. And hopefully these aren't burning through. Oh my god, they're still burning through this stuff really fast. Okay, well that's okay. I should be able to make this function. Shouldn't have too much trouble with it. The big deal now is we're going to have to hook it all up to the ME system. And we're going to have to run cabling, hopefully without getting too much in the way. And we're just going to hook it up through here. Let's see. Nope. Alrighty, these are here. So we're gonna just run. Whoops, can't do that. Alrighty, so we're just gonna run the cable. Alrighty, so now we got that and that. So now we're going to hook the export buses up here and here. And then we're going to run the cable over and hook them up to each other. Oops. Alright, now that those are all hooked together, I'm going to steal one piece of coal from these. And wow, I'm cutting this close. We're going to have this export coal by the stack. And look, now it's full of coal. And we're going to tell this to export coal by the stack. So now we have boilers that will continue to stay full of coal forever, or until the ME system runs out of it, which hopefully will never happen. But how would I know it's never going to happen? Well, I have to make sure that it's not going to happen. Mainly by setting up... How do I get out of here? I did my job too well. No. Ah, there it is. I should have made that 3 tall down there instead of 2. Alright, so we may run out of coal at the rate this is going, especially considering I'm not generating any at the moment. So what I want to do is make it so that if I get to a certain level of coal in storage... Where is my daggum coal? There it is. Good lord. Okay, so 43,000 coal. I think it's safe to say that I'm not going to run out too soon. But, just to be on the safe side, we are going to have to put in some controls to make sure that that's not going to be a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually work into some wireless controls. Of the other patterns that I made, I also made several of these things, and this is going to let me have a wireless control on my Wither skeleton spawner. So what we're going to do is we're going to look up wireless, and in the wireless section we have a wireless transmitter and a wireless receiver. The transmitter is stone slabs, redstone, an obsidian stick, and a receiver dish. Obsidian stick is... you could make it like that if you wanted to, but... obsidian tile, there we go, is 2 obsidian up and down. And then you would need the transceiver, which is the same obsidian stick with a Rether pearl, and that is just a ender pearl and glowstone and redstone, no big deal. And then you also need the receiver dish, which is another wireless transceiver, which is the stick over the pearl. And the other thing is the stone bowl, which is just this and this and this. Now, I already put all this stuff into my system. Now, hopefully, we should be able to just say, hey, make me one of these, and hey, make me one of these. Now, it's trying to craft the dish. Oh, I never taught it how to make the dish. Ha! That's funny. Okay. I missed a step. Why are you trying to make an obsidian rod? You're supposed to make obsidian sticks. Obsidian stick. Oh, man. Make... oh, whatever. I don't know why it's trying to make them, considering we already have the stuff I wanted. Yeah, it's actually an interesting thought. See, it's too... Okay, well, in this case, I'm going to have to actually do this instead, because apparently it's not going to play nice with this. Craft obsidian stick. Begin. Okay, so I can tell it to make it, and it will make it, but if it tries to make it itself, it reverts to the other pattern, which is not going to work. Well, that's fine. If we want to be that way, be that way. So what we want to do now is we're going to close this section up here. Let's see, how do I want to go about doing this? Okay, we're going to put the transmitter here. No, don't like that. Let's see. How do I want to go about doing this? Alrighty. Now, we are going to make it so that this is going to be the wither farm. And we're going to set that as... Oh. Okay, so we're going to set it to frequency 1, which is the wither farm. Now, the other thing we're going to need to make is a level emitter. Which is going to be this, which I needed to be into this. I hope I can actually make these. I'm not sure if I have the correct stuff to make these at the moment. I know I did not teach the system how to make redstone torches. And I'm guessing that I didn't teach... No, I didn't teach the system how to make sticks. So, let's see. It's saying oak. I wonder if it actually is going to require oak. Of course, if that doesn't work, I can always just say, hey, you know, I'll make it myself if I have to. I mean, auto-crafting can be a certain amount of intelligent, but don't count on it being all intelligent. They're working on it, though. Anyway, so what we want to do now is we want to hook this in. Alrighty, so now I need to wrench this to where it faces sideways, and then nope, I need to bring it out one. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to say coal is the limiting factor. If we have less than 5,000 coal, then it's going to emit a redstone signal. No, emit when levels are below the limit. So, the problem is that it's actually not working the way I want it to still. So we're going to move this again. This should work. I mean, in theory anyway. I haven't actually tested it, and that seems to be the thing. Aha. Okay, so now if we switch this off, on. Okay, good. So now we need to reset this to the wither farm frequency, and now we need to go outside and we need to set the receiver over at the wither farm. Right now I moved the wither and all that stuff over here, And I turned it on just to see how it would function, and it functioned really well, except that a wither then kind of knocked me off of my high horse, let's just say, and showed me the error of my ways. He knocked me off of right here, and trying to get back up here was not easy. I wound up having so many wither skeletons running around that it just started lagging out the system horribly and being just generally bad. Oh crap. And that should not be happening. They shouldn't be spawning because the redstone signal is on. And okay, well, here's the exact same scenario. Why is this not doing? Because it's not. Let's see. I should be able to do something about this, though. Although I guess it's a good play to see if this works. Excellent. Now I just gotta try to get out here and fix this before it lags my game completely out. Haha! That was actually incredibly easy. Whoa! What are withers doing outside the water? Okay, well, they seem to be packed in rather tight down there, don't they? Okay, so they're being washed down in there. The waterfall is not just for show. I like to have functionality. Okay, so they're getting killed. And as they're dying, they're dropping junk. There went some coal. Yep, and the coal is getting thrown in here. Excellent. So, that is working. Except, I need to figure out... Emit when levels are above limit. So that means when it drops below 5,000 coal, this will turn off, which will then start the skeletons to spawning, and therefore replenish the coal in the system, and therefore keep things going. So now, the way I have it set, everything will continue to work indefinitely. Now, granted, every time I turn the game off, since I'm not on a server that keeps the world consistent, it'll stop functioning. But I am actually going to bed here in just a minute, so I'm going to actually leave Minecraft running, and I'm going to let this heat up. It takes a very long time to heat up. We're actually making steam already, but the efficiency is still really sad. As you can see, we're burning through pretty quick. But current burning time is 26 ticks. You get 4 ticks per second, I think it is. So yeah, it's pretty bad, pretty abysmal. But at the moment, we're just going to let this run. And we're going to actually turn this off. And we're going to put this system back to sleep. Oh, no, I can't turn that off. If I turn that off, then... Ooh, if I run out of coal... I can't run out of 42,000 coal. Can I run out of 42,000 coal overnight? Can that really happen? Where is my coal? Can I really burn through 40,000 coal in 8 hours? Oh... Because if I do that, if I leave this off, then the power supply to the... Crap. Well, I guess I can't leave it running all night. I'll have to just leave it be, and I'll let it run in between episodes as I'm doing other things. We're definitely out of time in this episode. Over the next episode or two... I'm sorry, no, in between this episode, before the next one, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the home base, to home 1, and I'm going to move all of this stuff. I'm going to take this with me. I'm going to empty this entire room of everything and take it with me. As you can see, previously I have already destroyed and moved over the entire previous sorting system, as well as this system here. We have to work on getting this mob juice moved over, but that I'm going to do on camera because I'm actually going to be setting up a liquid area. All this stuff right here is basically going to have to go. Actually, this stuff I can leave here if I want to. I mean, I've got the other stuff already set up. But in any case, in between episodes, I'm moving. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, so I'm going to leave it here for now. I'll figure that out, and then we'll do it. So, until next time, this is Jaronitis signing off on episode 18. And remember to help spread the gaming.